listener friends. Before we get into the episode, I wanted to share that today's episode is sponsored by Maribel Cosmetics. If you are looking for lashes, liquid lipsticks, makeup accessories, check out Maribel Cosmetics. We had the CEO of Maribel Cosmetics on a previous episode, and she shared how she named her lashes. And she just recently launched liquid lipsticks. I'm wearing one right now. It's called Poison. My second favorite is a color called Chingona. They have so many beautiful colors. I was sent a couple on this beautiful PR box as I drop a few. Now, I did mention they sent me lashes, gorgeous lashes. If you're looking for some beautiful new lashes, they have natural to dramatic, which is the name of these lashes here. They also have makeup accessories like makeup sponges or even this pink eyelash applicator. So many things to choose from. So make sure to head over to Maribel Cosmetics, and at checkout, make sure to use Lizzy15 to save 15% off your order. Now, this guest, I am so excited to share with you guys that I was able to connect with a singer and a songwriter from the Netherlands. She just recently released a song called Antisocial Butterfly, which is available on YouTube. We've been sharing the song at the end of our episodes. So if you like that song, make sure to head over and check out Jenny Hazel, and make sure to check out the full episode coming up to learn more about her and her music. Bye, everyone.
Antisocial Butterfly Podcast. We are here to inspire dreams and help you spread your wings to fly. Baby girl, it's okay to be shy. But now it's time to kiss fear goodbye.
Hi everyone, I'm Lissy Correa, your host. I'm very thrilled to have a very special, talented singer with me today, all the way from the Netherlands. She just released her new song, Antisocial Butterfly. Welcome, Jenny Hazel, to Antisocial Butterfly Podcast. Hi, Jenny.
Hello.
Thank you for being with me here today.
No problem. So excited to be here.
Yay. I'm here in Las Vegas and you are in the Netherlands. I'm just starting my morning and you are starting your evening there, which is super crazy.
Yeah.
Here I am thinking we are on the same time zone, but we were trying to schedule this. I learned that we're 9 hours apart. So that is super interesting. So good night to you and good morning to me.
Yes.
Jenny, thank you so much. This is so awesome that you're here. So you're not from the Netherlands. Tell me where you're from.
So I'm from Germany initially, from Hamburg. Don't know if you know it, from the very north of Germany. And I moved to the Netherlands to study here 1.5 years ago.
Okay, you're studying. So that gives me a clue that you're in school. You're going to high school, college?
I'm going to university, I guess, as like college.
Okay. What are you studying for?
I'm studying psychology.
Oh, you're probably reading me all over right now.
You never know.
Ooh, assessment made on me. Okay. You have to give me that assessment later and tell me your thoughts of where I can improve, or you're like, I've written her off as crazy, but I love it. Okay. Very interesting that you're in that field and learning about how the brain of people work, especially in knowing that in your field, like learning about yourself and how to overcome the fear, anxiety, social awkwardness. I would be intrigued to learn how does all stem from with our psychology. So super, super awesome that you're in that field.
Thank
and
you.
Still chasing music.
Yeah.
So Jenny, you released a new song not that long ago check it out, everyone, on every platform, YouTube, Spotify, I believe, just anywhere out there in the field.
Everywhere. Yeah.
Everywhere. It's called Antisocial Butterfly. It was written by you. And this is just an amazing song that I can relate to. How did you approach your producer to write this song?
So my producer is actually also my boyfriend. So we're a couple, and
she's taking
yeah.
everybody.
Well, when we first met, it was really fun because we make like our music genres are so different from each other. I make almost exclusively piano heavy based songs that are quite sad and slow, and he makes a lot of EDM future based kind of genre things. So it's very different from what I do, and I really wanted to spice things up a little bit and try something new with my style and where I want to go with my music. So yeah, I wrote this song on the piano, and it sounded very different when I wrote it. It was the same rhythm and melody, but it was just a little different when I wrote it. And yeah, he made such a nice song out of it. He played the guitar, and he programmed the beat into it. So it became like a nice mixture of both of our genres. So it was really fun to create it.
I love it when opposites attract, knowing that your styles are like extreme from here to here, and then coming together to make this beautiful song. I love the song. I mean, I will stress that many times during this, and I love how you shot it, the music video. There's a scene in the beginning where you're sitting on the bench and the camera's right in your face, and you have these braids with butterfly clips. That's why I'm wearing this little clips in my headphones right now, inspired by you. And I I had never seen anybody wear the braids with the clips like that before. And I immediately said to myself, I'm going to copy that. That is so awesome. I loved it. And so tell me, how long did it take you to write this song?
It didn't take me too long to write it. Well, initially the song that I wrote on the piano, it took maybe about a day. It's always like once the inspiration comes to me, it just goes very quick. But actually recording it and putting all the instruments in it and experimenting a little bit took probably another day or two.
That is so fascinating to me still. Like, I can't believe that took you so short of a time to write this song, because I always picture an artist spending days, weeks, months even to write a song. And here you are finding the inspiration, and it hits you and you're like, here it is, guys, I'm done. I mean, there's more that came to it, the music, of course, and the idea of the music video, but just the lyrics itself, for it to just come to you in less than 20 or in 24 hours. That's amazing. That happens. Yeah. It probably won't happen all the time, but maybe it will for you.
Hopefully. No, it does not happen all the time, for sure not. There are times where you have writer's block or anything, not enough inspiration, you're just lazy or tired or whatever. It takes a long time.
The inspiration for the song Antisocial Butterfly, where did that come from?
So it's a song about being just socially awkward, obviously. Yeah, I think it first came when I moved to the Netherlands 1.5 years ago, and I lived for a whole year. I lived in a student housing with lots of people, and there were a lot of student parties, which I tried to attend, but I always ended up being a little bit awkward, a little bit on the side, drinking by myself. And at that time, we also had completely online university, so I had a lot of time on my hands, and I was just reflecting on all of the things that are happening in my life. And I think that's where, I was probably introverted a long time before these situations came, But this is when I think I first started really like thinking about it and writing the song.
I love that scene in the music video. You have this shirt with yellow butterflies. I'm like, oh my gosh, I want that top. Did you make that, or how did you get that top?
I did not make it myself. I don't think I'm talented enough in crafting things to make this myself. But I remember I searched for a lot of butterfly related things before shooting the music video, because I really wanted to like portray this theme of the antisocial butterfly a little bit better. So I bought it somewhere off the internet, but I really cannot tell you where. I don't remember.
I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it home. I'll just make it myself. Yeah, I loved it. It just popped out. Like I never seen like a top like sheer like that, see-through. And then it has like the yellow pop-up butterflies. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so creative and original. I need that in my life. So yeah, thank you for sharing. I'm like, I'm gonna find out from her. She needs to tell me. So yeah, all of the concepts of your shots. There's the lyrics part of the aspect that really I want to share. Certain parts of your songs really spoke to me. And I wanted to share them right now. One of them being, I always cancel plans last minute. Thank you so much for not canceling this meetup last minute. I'm glad that you're here and we're connecting. But for me, for me, that line spoke to me because when I say yes to something, they want me to do something, go out. I say yes in the moment because I have a hard time saying no too. But then the day of, I'm like, ooh, how can I get out of it? Do I really want to go? So that's just the always thing that happens to me when I commit to something and it's like the day of or even the day before. I'm like, oh, like I don't know if I want to do it. So that line spoke to me. The next line you have in your song, I never get from start to finish. Ooh, that one's like almost pierced me with a knife because it's like, ouch. Yes, I'm a procrastinator. I'm an overthinker to the point where I stop myself from doing things, approaching somebody to say hi, approaching someone to be on the podcast. So I never get start to finish. Like I have this amazing idea in my mind, but sometimes I don't fall through with it. We're getting better. We're getting better. See, you're here on the podcast.
Yeah.
Then another line on your song, can you make the awkward silence end? I love that. That's, I think, your chorus, right? Can you make the awkward silence? I'm butchering it. Silence end. Yeah. I always try to fill in the awkward silence or avoid it at all costs because I like, oh my God, if it's silence, that means they're not really into me or not, I have to just fill it in. So, and I've learned that it's okay. Silence is okay.
It's definitely. I think it's only awkward if you make it awkward. Like if you're confident enough in like what you want to say and how you how you portray yourself, then it's just always going to be how you want it to be. It's only awkward if you feel like it's awkward. You know what I mean?
So I'm making it awkward all the time.
That's not what I wanted to say, but
yeah, that is true. Yeah, it's the reality you create in your head. It's just the reality you create in your mind.
Yes, exactly. That's what I meant.
Yeah, and I need to learn on creating a better reality in my mind because usually it's like the crazy up in here. You don't want to be in my head. So okay, the next line is, I wake up all night till I see the light of day. Oh yes, overthinking, worrying, like, oh my gosh, I have to do this project, and I don't even know if I'm worthy, where to start, where to begin, all of that stuff. It's a daily struggle when I go to bed of shutting off the mind and just really disconnecting and taking that time for just relaxation. Okay, my favorite line, or one of my favorite lines, is something that I wanted to ask you about is, I'm a boring clown. All my jokes have been said. There's a scene that you are in the middle, sitting down with two clowns on your right and left. You're even painting your face with white with a clown. And then I see throughout your video, you have your friends and people throughout your video in the party wearing the clown hair. Tell me more about that. Why did you have that sprinkled throughout your video?
I'm so glad for, first of all, that you noticed all the little details in the video, because we put so much thought into it. So I think this is probably one of my favorite lines from the whole song, that I'm a boring clown, my jokes have all been said. I just feel like it's so metaphorical and so fitting for how I feel like sometimes, that you're just trying to fit in somewhere. For example, fitting in with even if it's a group of clowns, it can be a group of anything that you're trying to fit in. But even then, I'm the boring clown. My jokes have already been said. Everything I say is just boring or not funny enough or whatever. And then I try to picture this feeling by just making it so literal. Like I sit on this bench with the two clowns around me, and they're like obviously having so much fun. You see them like laughing hysterically, and I'm just in the middle, like bored, not really, I don't know what to do. I'm not really a clown. So I try to fit in so aggressively as well, by just smearing it all over my face, because I'm so exhausted of not fitting in, that I'm literally just, let me do this for once. I want to do this right, and then put on the clown wig, and I'm trying to be one of them, but even if I look like one of them, I'm still the boring clown. My jokes have all been said. And then I tried to feature this clown wig throughout the video. I just found it such a cool little detail, that it follows you around and it just haunts you wherever you go. Just see this clown wig. It reminds you constantly that you're not fitting in.
I knew there was a reason for that being throughout the video. I'm like, there's got to be a creative message reason behind that going throughout the whole video, because I first saw it in that scene and I'm like, wait, I see the red hair again. I see it, the red hair again. Like, whoa. Love that. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you for asking.
Yeah. And lastly, my dear, as far as the social battery, you mentioned that in your song. How do you ensure to charge that up? How do you charge your social battery?
Ooh, I think the best way is just, for me, taking some alone time, taking a nap maybe as well.
Yes,
most efficient way.
That's the full disconnect right there. Like, is going to sleep, even disconnecting from your own mind and thoughts. Yeah, because usually it's like, okay, I'm just gonna get away from people, but sometimes then you're by yourself in your own thoughts and mind, and that's tiring too. So just taking a nap, go to sleep, girl, disconnect yourself and get recharged up.
Yeah.
I love it. So Hazel, I keep trying to call you Hazel, Jenny.
It's
Jenny,
okay.
you're Hazel, Jenny, Jenny, Hazel, Jenny. I approached you because I was uploading a podcast. Here, long behold, I run into your music video. And at that time, it had just released, and it's still fairly new. But at that time, it was like 3 weeks ago that you had just released that video. And I'm like, ooh, what is this song? I clicked on it. My eyes were small to big, because I'm like, ooh, I like the song. It's catchy. And then there's part of the song that I'm like, ooh, this would be perfect to use on the podcast episode. So I asked you, I reached out to you, and you're like, yeah, yes, use it. It would be perfect. And I'm like, oh my God, that's awesome.
I have to thank you so much. It's just such a cool coincidence that we found each other, and that you stumbled over my music video. And this is like, I've never done this before, and it's such a nice opportunity. So I have to thank you too as well.
Oh, no, honestly, you could have said no. You can say, I don't know you. I got no time. So the fact that you're like, no, let me get out of my shell. Let me see what this is all about. You mentioned you never done this before too. Look at you, right? Like doing something that you've never done. Who is the dream artist that you can't wait to one day maybe hopefully collab with?
There's two artists actually, I think. So the first one, my all-time favorite artist, is actually Taylor Swift. Cliche as it sounds. I love Taylor Swift. She's such an inspiration, especially when it comes to lyrics writing and just the poetic side of writing songs, I just really love her and what she's achieved so far. She's such a role model for me because I also really try to put the focus on the lyrics in my songs. That's why, yeah, most of my songs are not really like vibey as Antisocial Butterfly. They're more slow and a little bit, I like to believe at least, a little bit more poetic, a little bit metaphorical. So yeah, Taylor Swift, definitely.
I love Taylor Swift. Whoever doesn't like Taylor Swift is you got to look at them with the crazy eye, like, what? You're just a hater. She, regardless of why you don't like her, I mean, she has catchy little tunes. Like,
Sure.
you know, I'm always singing her songs here in the shower. So that is a good one. So that will happen. We're manifesting that for you. That will happen, that you will work with her one day.
That would be so awesome.
Yes. Throw it out there, girl. It will happen. I mean, the fact that you even have a music video, did you ever see yourself creating one?
Oh, multiple times. I mean, being an artist, you have a lot of dreams and hopes, and obviously I always wanted to do something like that, but there was never really an opportunity or really enough. I mean, I didn't even know enough people to be able to organize something like that. So it was such a dream come true. I wrote the whole script by myself, actually, and I really tried to make it happen. So I'm really happy that it happened and that we uploaded it finally after like weeks of planning and filming.
You say you're an antisocial butterfly or socially awkward, but imagine being in your field. You have to like struggle with that or counteract that and push forward to be successful in your field.
Definitely, yeah. It was pretty nerve-wracking kind of to be in front of a camera like that and to expose myself like kind of like that and try to be confident and try to look nice in the shots and stuff. So it was definitely a little moment of anxiety, but it was so nice once we did it and everybody was just so friendly, and it was all friends that helped us in the background people and stuff. So it was just really nice.
How do you describe the music that you create? You kind of talked about a little bit that your producer likes EDM, but how would you overall describe the style that you create with music?
So I think mostly it's just pop music, maybe a little bit indie alternative influenced pop music. I also really like the genre that like is kind of getting bigger right now, the TikTok bedroom pop vibes.
Oh, tell me more about this. I don't know about this. I just got into TikTok, so tell me more. I'm intrigued.
So I think, but I think also you call it bedroom pop as well. I'm not completely sure about all of the information I'm putting out right now, but it's something like very songs that are just pop music, but very straightforward, very raw. I wouldn't say, no, not unedited, but just very raw and vulnerable, poetic songs. It's literally like that raw that you're not in a studio and having all of these giant producers pitching you ideas or something, but that you literally make it in your bedroom. That's the idea.
Wow, that is insane. There's just all these trends that I need to catch up with, and that's one of them. That is one of them. How do you deal with performance and anxiety and fear? You mentioned the camera thing. That already gave me anxiety as you were talking about it when I was envisioning it. So how do you, deal with that as you're in this field?
So because of all the COVID stuff going on right now, there has not really been a situation where I could potentially endure any performance anxiety. So I'm kind of lucky, but also very unlucky. That's like that I couldn't perform yet. But with the camera thing, I mean, it is very like nerve-wracking for sure, and you're or I'm at least very scared to do something wrong or to make a mistake, and people are going to look and talk about it. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's my art that I want to like bring in the world and make other people see what I'm capable of doing and what I envisioned for the specific song. And I'm just really trying to give my best to like to capture this vision that I have as best as I can, because it's also such a nice opportunity, and sometimes it's a one-time chance that you have, maybe like I did with the music video now. So I really just try to jump over that fear and to just remember that I'm doing this for myself, and like it's gonna be fine, right?
You're going to survive.
Yeah.
Has it gone a little easier for you doing it, or is it the same exact initial fear from like day one?
I mean, it gets better over time, at least for me. I think once clubs open up again and I'm able to actually go and sing maybe live somewhere, I think it just comes with experience. I'm not sure. I haven't been there yet, but I'm pretty sure it comes with experience. It will just get easier over time.
Yeah, true. Just gotta do it. I try to read books what how to overcome public speaking and
Mhm.
trying to avoid doing the action. Like, let me see if I could do some exercises that don't require me to get up in front of people. And everywhere that I would read, every video that I would watch, just say, you gotta go up and do it. I'm like, darn it. So yeah, the
Yeah,
more you do it, the more hopefully over time it gets a little easier how you talk to yourself too before you even do the action.
definitely.
What is a one piece of advice that another, and it doesn't have to be a musician, but if it is fantastic, but what is a one piece of advice that another person has given you that has helped you?
I think it was it was when I wanted to put out a song. It's already put out now. I released it like a year ago, but back then when I wanted to put it out, I remember being really scared of the reactions because it was an extremely personal song, and I was just very straightforward with a lot of things, and I kept thinking, what if this person is gonna know and is gonna talk about it, or people are just gonna generally talk about it, especially like friends and people that personally know me. But my very good friend and producer of this specific song, he told me that it's just such a beautiful piece of art that we created, and regardless of who it is about or what they're going to say, it's just, he said that he's so proud of me for being so brave and just talking about it in general, that I shouldn't be like ashamed or afraid of what other people have to say, because I'm doing this for myself. Like I said earlier, I wrote the song about my experience and just being able to transform something that was so painful for me back then into something so beautiful, like a song that we love, like both of us really loved at the time. I still like it, but back then it was just, well, just when we created it. Yeah, so just jumping over that fear and just letting the art be art, and yeah, disconnecting it a little bit from that pain and fear and whatever comes with it, people talking and all of that.
Not everyone's voices matter. The people who are in your inner circle, the people that know you, that are closest to you, those are, I believe, the voices that really, in a sense, matter. But yes,
Exactly.
reminding yourself to just ignore the others is hard. It is hard, right? It's like so super hard to, you say it, people tell you like, sure, okay. But then the moment comes when you're about to, how you have an idea, you want to release something. And then now those outside voices, everything that you just mentioned come, and it's like, what are they going to think? And like, what are they going to say? They're going to think of me like this. And it's like, I always tell myself, those voices are always going to be there. But what happens if you do the opposite of it? If you don't release the music, if you don't do what you want to do, how are you going to feel?
Exactly. Like people are gonna talk anyways. Doesn't really matter, so might as well do it.
Yes. Wow. Just overall, the connection that we made. I just thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you. Same for me. It's just very nice being here.
And tell all the lovely listeners and also the viewers that are watching us, where can they find all of your music?
So my artist name is Jenny Hazel. You can find me anywhere where you can stream music, I guess. Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, YouTube, Amazon Music, and Deezer as well. All the big platforms. Also, of course, Instagram. You can add my songs to your stories. That's always very fun to do. I also have the lyrics added so you can make a nice story with it. Or on TikTok, you can find me as well.
And thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Make sure you go find Jenny Hazel, show her some love, show her that you heard her on the podcast, go check out her music. And Jenny, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it and we wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.